Trump is furious. As the world watched Xi Jinping roll tanks and missiles through Tiananmen Square, the Chinese leader wasn't alone. On one side stood Vladimir Putin, on the other, Kim Jong Un. Three of America's greatest rivals, side by side, smiling for the cameras as China unveiled its most terrifying arsenal yet. Hypersonic missiles, nuclear triads, swarms of drones. And Trump's response was as sharp as it was unsettling. Give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong Un as you conspire against the United States of America. But was this really just a parade or a message? In the next minutes, we'll uncover why this display rattled Washington, what new weapons Beijing revealed, and why the image of Xi, Putin, and Kim together might be the clearest signal yet that the global order is shifting. Trump's fury set the tone. But to understand why this parade matters, we need to look at the spectacle itself. On September 3rd, Beijing staged the largest military parade in its modern history, marking 80 years since Japan's defeat in World War II. Over 12,000 troops filled Tiananmen Square, marching with perfect precision as missiles, tanks, and drones rolled past. But the real symbolism wasn't in the hardware, it was in the seating arrangement. At Xi Jinping's right hand sat Vladimir Putin, to his left, Kim Jong Un. Together, the three leaders framed the moment, presenting an image of unity against the West. Xi's speech only amplified the tension. He told the world it now faced a choice between peace or war, and declared the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation unstoppable. Behind him, the People's Liberation Army showcased cutting-edge hardware, a message dressed in military steel. China is no longer hiding its power. But what exactly did China reveal to the world that day, and why did it matter so much? Front and center was the DF-61 intercontinental ballistic missile, a weapon shrouded in mystery. Analysts say it could be the successor to the DF-41, already capable of striking the continental United States. Alongside it rode the JL-1 air-launched nuclear missile and the JL-3 submarine-launched missile, confirming that Beijing now fields a complete nuclear triad: land, sea, and air. Then came the hypersonics. The DF-17, the DF-26D, nicknamed the Guam Killer, and the YJ-21, designed to keep U.S. aircraft carriers far from Chinese shores. State media hammered the message home: speed is key to victory. These systems are engineered to break through missile defenses, reaching targets before commanders even know they're under attack. Drones and unmanned systems followed in waves. Swarms built for reconnaissance, strike, and even mine-laying beneath the sea. Some were clearly meant to pair with China's J-20 stealth fighters, hinting at a future of manned-unmanned teaming. Others carried anti-drone technology, laser and microwave weapons designed to neutralize threats just like those seen over Ukraine. Even the ground forces joined the show. China unveiled the new Type 100 tank, silent with hybrid electric engines, its crews wearing augmented reality goggles while launching their own scout drones directly from the vehicle. Taken together, this wasn't just military theater. It was a catalogue of new ways to fight wars, each system designed with one adversary in mind: the United States and its allies. But what happens when three of America's greatest rivals sit shoulder to shoulder, smiling as missiles roll past? That was the image on September 3rd, a tableau as deliberate as the missile formations thundering through Tiananmen Square. It wasn't just pageantry, it was political theater, aimed at the cameras and, by extension, at Washington. Trump certainly saw it that way. On Truth Social, his words dripped with warning: give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong Un as you conspire against the United States of America. Was he exaggerating or simply saying out loud what many in the West were already thinking? Because the optics could not have been clearer. China, Russia, and North Korea, three regimes under heavy Western sanctions, standing united under the banner of peace or war. A silent message: if you pressure one, you face all three. And while the Kremlin was quick to deny any conspiracy, dismissing Trump's statement as irony, the setting told a different story. Putin's army is bogged down in Ukraine. Kim's regime is firing missiles into the Pacific, and Xi is expanding his military footprint across the South China Sea. Together, Their presence was less about honoring history and more about signaling the future, an axis of convenience forged by shared enemies. This wasn't just a parade. It was a warning that a new front in the global power struggle might already be forming. But what message do you send when you roll out weapons the world has never seen before? Because that's exactly what China did. The star of the parade wasn't just the leaders on the podium, it was the arsenal on the streets. The DF-61 intercontinental ballistic missile paraded on its massive 16x16 launcher, a weapon so new that analysts admit they barely know its capabilities. Could it be faster, longer ranged, deadlier than the DF-41? For decades, that level of capability was reserved for the United States and Russia. Now China has joined the club. American aircraft carriers, the backbone of US power projection in the Pacific, are now in China's crosshairs. Beijing wasn't just showing weapons, it was showcasing a vision of future war. And yet, here's the paradox. As one defense analyst warned, parades are theater, not battlefields. These weapons may look unstoppable on polished asphalt, but untested hardware tells us little about how it performs in real combat. Still, when you parade them before Putin and Kim and beam the images worldwide, the message is unmistakable. China wants the world to believe it is ready for whatever comes next. So what does it mean when Xi, Putin, and Kim all stand together, watching this arsenal roll by? It means the optics were never just about China. This was a stage-managed performance designed to broadcast a message. The world's most authoritarian powers are closing ranks. Putin may be bogged down in Ukraine. Kim may be isolated by sanctions, but under Xi's banner, they present themselves as an axis, a counterweight to Washington and NATO. For Beijing, the symbolism was priceless. No longer the junior partner to Moscow, China showed it, now leads the trio, with Russia and North Korea literally flanking Xi. For Moscow, it was survival optics, proof to domestic audiences that Russia is not alone, even as its army bleeds. And for Pyongyang, it was validation, a rare seat at the table with two superpowers showing the world that North Korea's nuclear defiance still buys it relevance. Trump's furious outburst on Truth Social, accusing the trio of conspiring against the United States of America, wasn't just bluster. It captured the unease in Washington that this wasn't a parade, but a declaration. A reminder that while America is tied down, managing alliances and wars, its rivals are finding common cause. And that's the real signal. This image of unity may be more dangerous than any missile on display. So what do we take from all this? That a parade in Beijing wasn't just about honoring the past. It was a rehearsal for the future. A future where the axis of Xi, Putin, and Kim challenges the world order built after World War II. The question now is simple and terrifying. Was this parade a warning shot or the opening act of something much bigger? Tell me what you think. Are Xi, Putin, and Kim truly conspiring against the West, or is this all theater meant to rattle Washington? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over.